Stand on one leg right now. Go ahead. If you just wobbled, grabbed a countertop, or set your foot down before you could get to 10 seconds, I need you to keep watching, because that little wobble is telling you something about your future that most people will often ignore until they end up in an emergency room at 2 a.m. in the morning. Here's the part that nobody tells you. That little 10-second test to see if you wobble when standing on one leg is a major indicator about how you're going to age in the future. Not your cholesterol, not your step count each day, but your balance. I'm Dr. Rob Murray. I'm a corrective care chiropractor in Newmarket, Ontario, Canada, and I've been practicing since 2002. And I'm going to show you a 30-second test that you can do right now in your kitchen or wherever in your house with no app, no gym membership, that will tell you exactly where you stand with your balance today. And stick around to the end, because I'm going to show you my 3-minute daily fix that improves your balance score faster than anything else. Most people will see a difference in less than 2 weeks. Let's do this. Let's get the scary part out of the way, because you deserve the truth, not a pep talk. Falls are the #1 cause for injury-induced hospitalization for adults over the age of 65 in Canada. 1 in 3 adults falls in Canada every single year. And here's a fact that should really grab your attention. For people who have a serious fall, have a head injury or a hip fracture, they never really return to the health status that they had before the fall. This is because of 2 things. Your body will heal, but not to the exact level of health that you had before the fall. And the second thing is because you have fear. I've seen this in my office many times. Somebody will have a fall in the winter or when their driveway is slippery, and now they're fearful to walk their dog, and they won't walk their dog in the winter anymore. Then they won't do stairs. Then they won't go to the grocery store anymore. And within a year, they've lost so much strength and so much confidence that a future fall is almost guaranteed. The initial fall didn't shrink their life. The fear of the second fall did. Now here's the good news, and this is the real reason why I'm making this video. Balance is trainable. It's not a fixed trait that you were born with. It's a skill, and you can get better at it. Like learning a new language or going to the gym regularly, you can lose it if you don't use it. But the good news is you can absolutely get it back. Your balance right now is not your destiny, it's just a starting point. So let's find out exactly where your starting point is. Before we start this, I just want to point out I'm a chiropractor, I'm not a daredevil, so I'm going to set up some safety ground rules. #1, please stand close to a kitchen countertop, a wall, or a sturdy chair that you can grab onto for stability if needed. Make sure it's something sturdy and dependable, not the family dog. The dog will leave. #2, have your hands hovering near the countertop or near your chair or wall, close enough that you can catch yourself, but far enough that you're not cheating. Remember, we're testing balance, not body strength. #3, do this test in your bare feet or socks that have grip on them. Definitely not in slippers. Slippers are what got us into this predicament in the first place. #4, if you have been diagnosed with a vestibular disorder in your inner ear, or you have neuropathy in your feet, or you're recovering from a surgery, or you are taking medications that can make you dizzy, please have somebody in the room to watch. This is a test, but it's not a dare. Everybody good? All right, let's go. This is how we do our single leg stand test. Stand tall with your feet together. Go ahead and lift 1 foot off the ground a few inches, and you can rest it against the side of your other leg, or you can let it just hover in the air. Whatever is more comfortable for you. Keep your eyes open and look straight ahead at a fixed point on the wall and begin counting to 10 seconds. Now, what's happening? Are you rock solid? Or is the ankle that you're standing on doing a bit of a wobble dance like you're standing on a boat? That dance, by the way, is completely normal, and it's a good sign. Those ankle wobbles are hundreds of tiny adjustments that are happening every second with your nervous system coordinating with your balance systems in your body. There are 3 major balance systems to keep you balanced in your body. The first one, your eyes always make sure you know where up is. System #2 is your inner ear, your vestibular canals that have fluid in them, and these canals are kind of like a carpenter's level, always working to keep you balanced, and they tell your brain where your head is positioned. Balance system #3 are the sensory receptors that are spread all throughout the joints and muscle tendons of your body that provide proprioception. This is the one that nobody ever hears about. These proprioceptive sensors that are in your feet joints and in your ankle tendons send messages to your brain about what position your body is in, even if you're not looking. Have you ever thought, if you close your eyes and raise your arm up, how do you know your arm is actually up if you can't see it? It's your proprioceptors within your joints that are telling you exactly what position your body is in. Pretty cool, eh? And here's the key. Your body is so cool. If one of the systems is having a hard time or isn't just doing its job properly, the other two will pick up the slack and cover for it. Wasn't it always good to have that friend at work that would cover for you if you were late showing up to work? The good old days. When these systems can pick up the slack enough, you won't even notice that your balance is off. Which is exactly why people are shocked when they have their first fall. Your brain and your balance systems have been quietly compensating the whole time. So I guess the question that stands now is, how do we find the weak link? Which system for us might be not working at its best potential? Or is it more than one system? So first, let's take away your eyes. Not literally. That'd be gross. So step 2 now, let's do the same test. You're near a countertop or a chair. You have your legs together, your feet together. Like the first test, we're gonna raise one leg, but this time we're gonna do it with our eyes closed. So go ahead, close your eyes, have your feet together, bring one foot off the floor. Start counting, see if you can work up to 10 seconds. I bet you that was a little more challenging, wasn't it? I could feel more wobble in my leg when I started to do it with my eyes closed. A lot of people who can stand on one leg with their eyes open for like 30 seconds find it hard to even stand on one leg with their eyes closed for a short period of time. And that gap in time right there is your diagnosis. It lets you know that your eyes communicating to your brain was compensating and doing more work than it needed to in the past. When the lights are on and you can see that horizon in the past, your eyes are doing the heavy lifting and they are providing the majority of your eyes are carrying the team. And your inner ears and your proprioception, they're back on the bench enjoying some orange slices. But you know when your eyes can't help you? Getting up at 2 a.m. to go to the bathroom, walking into a dark garage, turning your head to check a blind spot, standing up too fast from a couch or a chair in a dimly lit room, or maybe when you're bending down to pick something up and you come back up and you get lightheaded. Almost every serious fall I hear about in my practice comes from one of these moments. Low light, head turning, bending over, slippery surfaces in the darkness. Your heavy lifters, your eyes go offline, and the other two guys who are sitting back on the bench eating orange slices, your inner ear and your proprioception, they're not warmed up, they're not ready to go into the game, and they let you down. Like fall down. It's nice to have a quantitative number to know how good or bad our balance is and to see if we can improve on it in the future. So let's score this. Here's the benchmark for when you're doing the standing test with your eyes open. If you're under 40 years of age, aim for 30 to 45 seconds of being able to stand on one leg without losing your balance. If you're in your 50s, aim for 30 seconds. If you're in your 60s, aim for 20 to 25 seconds. If you're in your 70s, 10 seconds is great. Those are good functional targets for your age range. Listen, if you can't hold 10 seconds with your eyes open, that's not a failure. It's like an early warning light on your car dashboard. Just because the engine light comes on doesn't mean your engine's going to break in that moment. It comes on early to give you enough time to get things fixed and corrected and in the right direction before there is a major failure. And you can definitely correct this situation. Also, we need to pay attention to the difference between how you score on each leg. If your left leg is 25 seconds and you can only stand for 8 seconds on your right leg, that is asymmetry and that needs to be addressed. That's often caused by an old ankle injury, a hip injury, or a joint restriction that's been causing you to reroute how you move for years and years. Now that we know where you stand on each leg, let me give you what I promised you from the beginning, my 3-minute daily fix. 3 exercises in 3 minutes. You can squeeze this into your day easily. Exercise number 1 is the countertop stand. We're gonna start with both hands on the countertop or a chair, and then you're going to lift one foot up and we're gonna count to 30 seconds. Once you hit the 30-second mark, we want to make this progressively harder. So now we're going to lift off one hand. And if you feel comfortable, you're not wobbling too much, you can maintain your balance. Now we're going to leave just one finger on the countertop. And then if that is comfortable for you, we're going to go ahead and remove your hand fully. And now you're fully just balancing on your ankle with one foot in the air, and you can see how much longer you can go before you need to brace yourself. Once you have to brace yourself, we're going to switch and go over to the other side. Let the wobble happen. The wobble is your nervous system learning. It's readjusting. It's sending messages to your brain. Your muscles are recoordinating and you're developing your balance. This is the exercise. Enjoy the wobble. Wobble's good. Exercise number 2 is heel to toe walk. While you're in your socks or bare feet, I want you to take 10 steps consecutively down the hallway, heel to toe, and see if you can maintain your balance. Have a wall nearby in case you need to catch yourself. Do this very slowly and under control, like a tightrope walker. Once you've done your 10 steps forward, then try 10 steps backwards. No moonwalking here. The backward steps is often the steps that get people. And why is this? It's because you can't see where you're going, and that's precisely why it works. So take a second and go do that test now. Exercise number 3 is head turns. This is for your inner ear and your vestibular system. What I'd like you to do is hold on to a countertop or the back of a chair, and with your feet together, I want you to slowly turn your head to the right, and then turn your head to the left, and then we're going to look up, and then we're going to look down, back to neutral, and repeat this sequence 10 times. Sometimes people will skip this drill because they think it's just too easy and it's not benefiting them. But don't skip it. This drill trains your inner ear for when you do those head movements like checking your blind spot or looking up in a cupboard to grab something or bending down forward to pick something up off of the floor. This system can fail you if it's not well trained, and it can make you vulnerable to a fall. So please don't overlook the importance of these simple head turns. What I want you to do is do these 3 tests daily for 2 weeks, and then I want you to retest yourself. Check to see if you're able to stand on one leg with your eyes open or eyes closed for longer periods of time. And definitely pay attention to the leg that was weaker that you couldn't spend as much time on before. Most people will gain 5 to 10 seconds right in the first 2 weeks, or some people will even double their score. And what changes is not just the numbers, it's your confidence. You will be able to stand more confidently and more sturdy in situations where you may have fallen or have been close to a fall in the past. Now, a real caution here, and I really need you to hear this. If your balance is off, and you have any of these following conditions, I don't want you to train harder, I want you to get examined. So get examined if you have dizziness or spinning when you turn your head or roll over in bed, if you have numbness, tingling, or burning in your feet, balance that has gotten noticeably worse over days or weeks or months, not years. You've already had a fall in the past 12 months, and you're on multiple medications, especially blood pressure medications and sedatives. Those issues aren't just aging, those are specific, examinable, and often quite fixable situations. And some of them, like BPPV, which is benign paroxysmal positional vertigo, can be corrected in 1 or 2 visits. So another take-home message is that balance isn't just about your legs. It's about your ankles, your hips, your spine, and your neck all feed information into that system. The joints in your upper neck are absolutely loaded with position centers to help with your proprioception. And when they're restricted or irritated and off their game, they can send misinformation to your brain. Basically what I'm trying to say is that bad information into your brain can make you more vulnerable to a fall. So here is what I'd like you to do. Definitely start the daily 3-minute fix program for 2 weeks. But if you also have that little voice in the back of your head that's saying, I think there's more to this. I think possibly my spine, my proprioception, my inner ear could be involved, then consider getting examined. At Murray Family Chiropractic here in Newmarket, Ontario, we do a full fall risk and balance assessment for all of our new patient exams. We look at your ankles, your hips, your spine, your neck. We examine your 3 balance systems, and we build you a plan that fits your actual life. We've been helping people move better in York Region since 2002. I would genuinely rather see you now with a wobble rather than in 6 months to a year with a cast. If you're not local to my area, check online for a well-reviewed chiropractor in your area that does similar spinal exams. But if you are local to Newmarket in the Greater Toronto area and you would like to come in, go ahead and give our office a call, or you can book online. All of our information is in the description below. So to wrap this up, be consistent and do your best with the 3-minute drill for 2 weeks and then retest. See how well you improve. And then go tell somebody over the age of 50 about this video. Especially the people that say they're fine. They're usually the ones that need it the most. I'm Dr. Rob, stay steady, and I'll see you at my next video.